Right then, ladies and gentlemen, this is a full breakdown list of my wide body John Cooper Works converted R53. Now we're going to start from the front to the back. So, first things first, custom made carbon front splitter. Now this is from a company called Trix, who does a lot of carbon fiber work for the Mini R53s. If you're interested in getting anything done from him, contact him, let him know, because his stuff is absolutely amazing. Same thing again on the front grille, two-piece set from Trix, and I'm pretty sure I got this from Trix as well, the big carbon front scoop. The bonnet vents, these are from a company called RSIC6. If you want to invest about £1,000 into carbon vents, I would definitely recommend it. It is expensive, but for the heat that comes out of these cars, as most of you Mini owners will know, it is definitely beneficial. And then you've got the big carbon scoops to go into just to let a lot more air in. Then we've got the custom, I nearly said custom headlights when they're not custom. I bought these headlights on eBay about 2 years ago. They was 400 quid. Nice little upgrade. And then you've got the carbon surrounds from Trix again. But I'm probably going to be upgrading these to the new ones because they've just brought out like the new version of them with like a nice daytime running light ring around them. It just looks sick. And then we've got these side lights as well. These are also DRLs. They cost you about 80 quid. And to be honest, they look so much better than what the original ones do. I'll show you the indicators as well. Hold on, let me turn the hazards on. So they just, they look a lot more, what's the word that I'm after? A bit less retro and more new. So that's the front cover. Oh yeah, and also the blue chameleon tint. Now they don't sell this tint anymore because I do get quite a lot of questions on it. This is called Sapphire Blue, I believe. But they did a replacement which is called, do you know what? I don't know the name of it, but it's like a baby blue. Kind of similar, but not exactly the same. So now we're going to get onto the wide arch kit. Now this is from a company called Fiberworks. Great bit of kit, really hard to install. If you know how to do stuff like that, install wide bodies, and you've got a Mini, I would definitely recommend it. But if you don't know what you're doing, get a professional to do it because you just, you're probably going to blow your brain out because it's just such a mess around. But because I've got a full carbon front end going on this, as you can see, we've started it already with these, with the panels and the wide arch. I'm going to be taking all of this off. So yeah, that's that covered. Nice little supercharged sticker there just to let everyone know. And then we've got these custom made carbon pillars. Now, unfortunately, because these are carbon skinned, if you come a bit closer, Reese, you better see the ridges in there. Now, basically what carbon skin means is that you'll put carbon over like plastic and then you'll put all the resin and stuff on. It's not come out great. Obviously in the heat, it kind of messes it all up. So I'm going to be replacing them at some point, or I might just do it myself just so I know that they're going to last longer. Now, all of the trim, as all you Mini owners know, it comes in a really like horrible plastic effect. So I've pretty much sanded it all down, prepped it and painted it black just to give it that nice black finish. So I've not got to keep messing around with tire shine and back to black stuff. So that's that covered on that. Carbon door handles, carbon wing mirror caps. Unfortunately, the fitment is really, really hard to get perfect on this. So if you get close here, you'll see that, the fitment's not great. But unfortunately, again, it's just one of them things. We've recently done the Union Jack sticker on the roof just to give it that bit of a gangster look. So, I say gangster look. It's more like is it Metro? Retro? Metro? One of the two anyway. But it just gives it that sort of better look to it. That, if you know, you know. Okay, the wheels. Now, these are custom-made XXR wheels. So when I first got these, I bought a different set originally, which were black, and the fitment wasn't great. So what I had to do is I contacted XXR, asked for a specific size, and they literally sent them out within 3 weeks. So because I put the wide arch kit on, I didn't really want to run just spacers. So I've extended the rear axle by 20 millimeter, along with a 20 mil spacer on the back. I think it's a 20 mil, or it might be a 10, sorry. No, it is a 20 mil. 20 mil spacer on the back, and then I need to get the front done as well because you can kind of see if you come here, it still sits in the arch a little bit too much. So I might put a 10 mil spacer on instead of extending the axles again. I'm not 100% sure yet, but if I put a 10 mil spacer on, then my handling's kind of got to be redone. The coilovers, they're only cheap coilovers. They're stance, no, they're not stance, sorry. They're, do you know what? I can't even remember the name of them. It was that long ago. They're only like £400, so they're not great. But I like them. I think they'll drive great. I've not had any issues with them. I haven't actually mentioned this, have I? Did I mention that? I did. Yeah, I'll mention it again anyway. Trix carbon side panel. You're going to be hearing Trix a lot in this video because he's just amazing. The tyre stickers. Now, same thing again on these. I get quite a lot of questions on them. Are they hard to install? The answer is yes. You're probably going to need like a 24-hour period if you don't know what you're doing. Because basically, I don't know how well you're going to see this on video, but if you come down here, so, you know, as you can see, the tyre there is fine. And then just underneath and next to it, you can see where I've sanded it all down. So you need to give it that rough finish so the glue will stick properly. If you don't do that and you just pull off all the tabs on the tyre stickers are only going to last you about 2 weeks max. So if you want to prep it properly and make sure it lasts, sand it down, get it all done, and it will last a lot longer and you won't have the hassle of letters falling off because I had that originally. I think that's pretty much everything on the side covered. Yeah, and the black belt line kit, you don't let people rob you with these. They're like 10 quid. People charge £40 for some bizarre reason. Okay, so coming to the back of the car. Carbon G-Wing, same thing again from Trix. Now, if you want to get one of these placed on your car, especially on the R53s, you're going to need something called a self-tapping bolt, which bolts into the side of the boot. I would probably recommend bringing them down a little bit just so the placement of the spoiler sits perfect with the top. Because if it's too high, then it can be a bit wonky. And then we've got the LED brake light upgrade, which is also smoked. The car, fuck, man, I was about to say carbon Union Jack, rear brakes. Union Jack rear light upgrade. Then we've got the carbon, oh my God, man, I'm forgetting so much here. The carbon boot lid, carbon, oh my God, I forgot the name of it. Carbon boot lid trim. Carbon boot lid trim, that's the one. Carbon boot lid trim and the carbon surround for the mini badge. And I've also changed the actual mini badge itself to a holographic effect. So if you get a little bit closer to that, you might be able to see it. You see that good? There we go, I have some of that. Black number plate, why? Because it looks better. And then we've got the John Cooper Works carbon exhaust tips. Brought them out a little bit just so it gives it a bit more of an aggressive look. The carbon rear bumper inserts, you can probably put them in with double-sided tape because they're sitting quite nice and flush. And I've also blacked out the rear fog light because, again, it just looks better with these lights because they're smoked. A red John Cooper Works rear badge. I'm going to be changing this to blue because I'm changing all the red stuff on this car to blue, so it's silver, black, and blue, not silver, black, blue, and red. So that'll eventually be getting done. Carbon petrol cap. I love this. Look at that, boy. So clean. Rare little feature, clean. Mentioning this, because I haven't done this, you'll kind of understand how it works. So this is how wide arches work. These are L brackets. I will be making a video on this, on like a how-to install on wide arches for the Mini. So if you want to watch that, it'll be on my TikTok and Instagram, which is going to be the same name as my YouTube. So if you're interested in that, definitely give it a follow. So that's all of the outside stuff covered on the car. Engine-wise, the engine's been fully built. It is John Cooper Works block because the original engine in this, I did blow after 2 months of having it. So I found a written off John Cooper Works, put the block in that, had so many issues with it, and then I completely rebuilt it. It cost me about £12,000, but now it runs an absolute dream. Then I've got a Teflon supercharger upgrade. So the pre-facelift ones, they've got, the standard superchargers, and then on the facelift, they have the Teflons. You can buy them secondhand for about £400. But I would definitely recommend it. They're a bit stronger, a bit more durable, and they can take a little bit more power if you want to push just over 250 brake. So that's that covered. And anything else? 20% supercharger pulley, bigger intercooler, bigger throttle body. We're probably going to get into that in like another video, just to kind of get in more depth of what's been done to the engine, because a lot of people do question it and what sort of power it's running. So we'll save that for a new one. Underneath the car has been completely drilled out, so anything that's kind of useless or doesn't need to be fully metal, has been completely drilled out. So a lot of the weight has been taken away. If anyone can guess the weight of this car, I'll be very surprised. But if you do, I'll send you out a free Unit X t-shirt. Have some of that. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything covered from the outside engine. And then we'll come into the inside of the car. So on this, so we've got the OMP bucket seats with the OMP harnesses. Now I am selling these, so if anyone's interested in buying them, let me know, because I want to change everything red in this to blue. So even if you've got blue MPs with like little blue line bucket seats that you want to trade, definitely let me know, because I'll 100% do that. But if not, I'll be selling them anyway. The carbon steering wheel. So if you come around here, custom made carbon steering wheel. I bought this from Canada and it took about 2 months to come. Nice little John Cooper Works badge on the bottom of there. Let's get that little fluff off. Beautiful. And then we've got the John Cooper Works handbrake and shifter with Alcantara blue stitched gaiters. Because, you know, same thing again, as I said, everything that's red is going to be blue. Oh, get this as well. I completely forgot about that. Look at that boy. John Cooper Works door closer, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything covered on the Mini. I don't think I've forgotten anything. If you have any questions regarding the Mini, definitely let me know. And I will try and assist you the best I can. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there's nothing that I've missed. But if there is, I'll just include it in the next video. So apart from that, hope you enjoyed the video. Drive safe. See you in the next one. Love you. Bye.